Imagine being so unstoppable that even legends like John Cena, Triple H, and Batista look genuinely scared to face you. Now imagine that same monster losing his entire world and nobody being able to save him. This is the true life story of Umaga, the savage force WWE built to be unbeatable, and the tragic way they lost him forever. Stick with me till the end, because once you hear the real reason behind what happened, you'll never look at WWE's monsters the same way again. Let's roll back. Before he was the Samoan bulldozer, Umaga was Eddie Fatu, a proud member of the famous Anoi family, the same bloodline that gave us The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Yokozuna. Eddie wasn't just related to legends, he trained with them. But while others had movie star smiles, Eddie had something else, pure, terrifying presence. He was a natural powerhouse, built like a tank, but somehow faster than guys half his size.
A lot of the family tends to pay a lot of homage to Umaga. Your moveset looks a lot like Umaga. Solo obviously wrestles in a style that looks like Umaga. How special was Umaga to you guys' family?
Besides the wrestling, the love he had for his kids, the person he was. When my grandma got buried, I never spoke about this, but she got put in a wall. He put the Intercontinental belt in there, the shoot one. Yeah, he put the whole belt in there, you know, and it's still there in Vegas in the wall. My uncle was different, bro. He had a good laugh. When I was living in Pensacola, Florida with Roman Reigns' sister, who would come to the football games, he would bring my grandmother. And not only that, that era was tough. He was ahead of his time. Bro, this is a man who wrestled the Great Muta, been there with legends, like all the shit he's done, man.
When WWE brought Eddie back in 2006, after a short earlier run as part of a tag team nobody really remembers, they had a clear vision. They wanted a savage, a beast, a force of nature you couldn't reason with. And man, did Umaga deliver. No English promos, no backstage jokes, no mercy in the ring. He destroyed Ric Flair. He smashed Kane. He choked out Shawn Michaels. Umaga didn't just win matches, he dominated them. And for a moment, WWE actually made people believe that maybe, just maybe, John Cena wouldn't survive him. Summer 2006 to early 2007. This was Umaga's peak. His undefeated streak, legendary. His feud with John Cena, one of the best unstoppable monster versus fighting champion stories WWE ever told. Royal Rumble 2007, Umaga versus Cena in a last man standing match. One of the most brutal, real-feeling fights WWE ever put on in that era. But here's the thing. Monsters in WWE, they never get fairy tale endings. And Umaga's fall was already written in invisible ink.
I always think about Umaga, man. In my career, my most favorite feud, man, was with Umaga, and I had no idea that he used Posca markers to paint his face until I saw it one evening. I was like, whoa, what do you use to paint your face? Because I was just using some Halloween latex or the real greasy Halloween makeup just from Walmart or something. But from that point on, I ordered me some Posca markers, and that's why I can do the eyes on my eyelids so good.
See? Behind the face paint and brutal moves, Eddie Fatu was struggling. WWE's road schedule is brutal. 300 days a year, city to city, plane to plane, hotel to hotel. For guys like Eddie, with families at home, with personal battles, especially with painkillers and other substances, it was a ticking time bomb. And WWE's wellness policy? Yeah, it was there on paper. But in practice, if you were a big star, things got very blurry. In 2009, after years of rising and falling in storylines, WWE gave Umaga another push. He was supposed to come back stronger. He was even being considered for another monster run against rising stars like CM Punk, but a failed drug test. WWE asked him to go to rehab. Eddie said no, and just like that, they released him. In WWE's world, you're either part of the machine or you're gone. Eddie tried. He wrestled in Puerto Rico. He worked smaller shows, but without WWE's structure, even that broken structure, things spiraled. His battles with substances got worse, and the saddest part, he wasn't a villain. Everyone who knew Eddie said the same thing. Gentle giant, always smiling backstage, loved his family.
Umaga just did like the hair versus hair match, WrestleMania with Trump.
Yeah.
And then he comes right here and still helping us. Even though watching him do that and for Unc to make sure he still had hands on us, man, he made me like, yo, how can someone do that and then just come back to, you know, regular life, you know, still looking out, man.
December 4th, 2009, Eddie Fatu, the man the world knew as Umaga, suffered a heart attack at home. He was rushed to the hospital. He never woke up. He was just 36 years old. 36, a whole life, a whole future gone. When WWE lost Umaga, they didn't just lose a performer. They lost an icon who could have been so much more in a different world. Umaga could have been what Roman Reigns later became, the unstoppable Samoan monster leading a bloodline dynasty. He could have had redemption storylines. He could have been a beloved mentor backstage, but he became another name, another candle snuffed out way too soon. At the start, I told you, stick with me, and you'd see WWE's monsters differently. And now you know why. Behind the roars, behind the face paint, behind the storylines, there are real people fighting real battles, far away from the bright lights. Umaga wasn't just WWE's savage monster. He was Eddie, a fighter and a human, one that the machine couldn't protect. Rest in peace, Eddie Fatu. Thanks for being our monster.
These are some of the moments from the legend Umaga's funeral. Rest in peace, Umaga. You were a great wrestler. Your legacy will never die.
I just wish he was here, you know, because the day we got signed, you know, he passed away. And he would always say, you know, the day you got signed, he's like, man, you guys are going to be it.
Jacob Fatu pays tribute to his uncle Umaga. Back when Umaga was Intercontinental Champion, he would strike this iconic pose, and now Jacob Fatu has recreated it. Umaga's legacy will never die.